Coming up on Theater Talk.
Sideshow about the Siamese Twins. It's said to have a score by Henry Krieger and Bill Russell that's considered one of the great lost scores on Broadway. Do you remember this score? Do you like this score?
You know, Henry Krieger also wrote Dreamgirls, and I hear they're going to add I'm Telling You I'm Not Going.
Theater Talk is made possible in part by the CUNY TV Foundation. From New York City, this is Theater Talk. I'm Susan Haskins.
And I'm Michael Riedel of the New York Post.
So, Michael, unbelievably, we are back for a 23rd year on New York television. Right.
Yet another new season is upon us
and
on Broadway and off-Broadway New York, and we have assembled our three favorite witches from Macbeth to stir the cauldron of the new Broadway season and give us their insights into what's going to be the big hits and perhaps what's going to be some of the big flops. We are joined by witch number one, Patrick Pacheco of New York One on Stage, and some art thing you write for? Some
Artinfo.com.
Artinfo.com, yes, another journalist, former journalist who now writes for a website. And joining him is witch number two, who used to be with a proper newspaper, who's now also on a website too, Michael Musto of...
I happen to write for the New York Times, if you haven't noticed.
Oh, when people die,
I have
you
a
cover
weekly,
them.
a weekly column on out.com called Musto the Musical, and whenever old celebrity dies, I get called to go on television. And I'm on this thing.
And sporting his goatee, witch number three, Jesse Green of New York Magazine.
We just need a toad, Michael, and we'll be
all right, boys. Bubble, toil, and trouble. Let's plunge right in, Patrick. The only show that I'm really interested in this season is
there is one.
No, is the musical Finding Neverland.
Yeah.
And the reason is because it is being produced by Harvey Weinstein, the movie mogul, and he's gotten a lot of attention from me and others.
From you. Yeah.
He spent gazillions on this show. He started it out in England 2 years ago. He fired everybody. He has a whole new production he's put together. I hear he's going to fire some more people. You went to see it in Boston.
I did.
Is it going to make it on Broadway?
Well, the reviews coming out of Boston were that it needs a lot of work.
Well, what is your review?
They're right. I think it needs a lot of work. I am not quite sure that Finding Neverland should have ever been a musical to begin with, but we'll see. If he said to you that he was going to throw another $11 million into it.
What is the driving force that he is so adamant in getting this up? Is he wants to have compete with other producers who come from movies to have a children's hit on Broadway, or why does he keep at this?
What do you think it is, Jesse? I mean, why is Harvey Weinstein so determined to have a big Broadway musical at all costs?
Well, if he's going to have a Broadway musical, don't you think he would prefer to have a big Broadway musical that's a hit? I mean, he's in for a dime, in for a dollar.
But why did he go that when people made this whole show, and then he goes, no, I don't like that, and fires everybody and does it again?
I'm not an expert on abnormal psychology. I can't address that question, nor have I seen it. All I can say is shows that need a lot of work out of town usually don't get it.
But am I the only one who's a little Peter Panned out? I mean,
yes.
I think
we had
so.
Peter.
Yes.
I am the only one?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
We had Peter in the Starcatcher. We have, is it Lena Dunham is playing Peter Pan on TV? Oh, the other one from Girls.
I would love to see Lena Dunham play Peter Pan.
So would I.
Those wires would have to be pretty
The
strong.
logistics of that would be interesting.
That would be great. All right, no, she's good.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, what is the fascination, Michael, with the Peter Pan backstory, that J.M. Barrie falls in love with this family and these boys, and we've had many permutations of this story?
It's the idea of not wanting to grow up and encouraging other people to not grow up.
There aren't very many characters left to be exploited from the classic children's literature. And this is one that's in public domain. That's good.
I understand why Peter Pan goes on forever and why they are putting Allison Williams on NBC, because when I was 6 years old, I loved nothing more, and every 6-year-old child feels the same way. But this story is about Finding Neverland. It's the backstory of the
Well, but backstories traditionally latch on to the popularity of the front stories. Look at Wicked. Everybody wants Wicked. That's what...
you put your finger on it. Everyone, it's an attempt to be Wicked.
Right.
And it is based on a film that Harvey produced, Finding Neverland, originally.
Right, with Johnny Depp, I believe.
Yeah, Johnny Depp and Kate Winslet.
Right.
And it did make you, seeing it, made me appreciate Rick Ellis's imagination in Peter and the Starcatcher a lot more.
So essentially, you're panning this show.
No, I would say that Aladdin, out of Toronto or
Yeah,
Seattle
Toronto,
came out with much the same mixed reviews and were able to turn it around to a large extent by throwing $11 million at it. And Harvey may well be able to do that.
Yeah, but
I think
Aladdin
they've got
isn't
to establish the
twee,
tune.
and Finding Neverland strikes me as being twee, like Michael's coat.
Tweed.
So I wouldn't count it out by any means.
Right. Okay. Moving along to another play, which I saw it, and I'm not going to render a judgment. I'm going to leave it to you guys. But it's only a play. Terrence McNally's play starring Matthew Broderick and Nathan Lane. All I will say is it strikes me as being nothing but a cynical exercise in making as much money as they can.
So they cut the mention of you?
They did actually.
Oh, what a surprise.
Now it's
Very
only
insightful.
Michael, it's only a play which you probably saw originally.
Yes, which was amusing.
Yeah.
And had
But was it
wonderful
ever a great play?
I don't know, but it was hilarious, and Christine Baranski, among other people, gave a wonderful performance at the time. It's now a stellar cast. I mean, this cast is selling it, and people are smart enough to look through the alphabetical casting, which is done for whatever reason, where F. Murray Abraham's first. They're smart enough to catch the fact that Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick are both in it. They even went to see them in The Odd Couple, okay? They will go to see them in this, and I think the critics, who are probably all stroked amongst the self-referential dialogue, will be kinder to it than they would have been otherwise.
Jesse, you're going to go see this play. All they keep talking about is they have a $10 million advance. I hear from friends of mine in the company, they're prepared for not great reviews. And they say, you know what, critics are immaterial for the show. Well, I mean, why do you even bother to go see it? You've basically been sidelined. They're going to sell 1 million tickets, and no one cares what you think.
Well, I have a contract with New York Magazine that requires me to see it, so I'm going to see it even if I am sidelined. So
It's actually in your contract. You must sit through it. It's in a play.
every Broadway opening and a certain
and be
number of
sidelined.
others.
Now, you've seen it, haven't you, Patrick?
I have.
And
I have.
what'd you think?
It's instructive to see its only play in the same season as You Can't Take It With You,
A revival, which is on Broadway.
which is Revival.
And the last word is sex. Everybody got sex.
And It Can't Take It With You is beautifully constructed, so it builds up a head of steam as it goes along. Through the first act is a little bit meandering, but it sets up the second act and the third act beautifully. This is kind of like a three-act play, but it loses steam as it goes along. And it's 2.5 hours on top of it, and farce should never be more than 90 minutes. It's perfectly fine, and it's beautifully acted and well directed by Jack O'Brien, but it's hardly a cynical exercise because that's what Broadway
They're charging
does, makes money.
$375 a ticket.
And if people pay that amount,
They're
they might
idiots.
be disappointed.
I want to underline that calling a Broadway show a cynical endeavor is like calling a car a metal endeavor. That's what it's made of.
And the producers of this half of the producers of It's Only a Play took a bath on Terrence's last play, Mothers and Sons. So this is an opportunity for them to make their money back.
And I
To
think
break even.
People are actually lining up to see Rupert Grint. Oh, he's fine.
To see who he is, you mean.
Rupert Grint, who was explained to me, I think by you, was in Harry Potter movies, has a big fan base.
And you
Yes,
honestly-
it does.
And are they going to go to see a Terrence McNally comedy about the workings of a
No,
Broadway
they're going to
play?
see Nathan Lane on stage. That's what they're going to
And
see.
Matthew Broderick.
And Matthew Broderick, yeah.
Can Matthew Broderick still act, though? I have my doubts about that.
It's his style. His style.
What is his
very-
style? Hi.
Very laid back.
Line?
It works.
You know, Michael, I try to get that interview with them, and it just
They
doesn't
never come on
happen.
theater. Right?
Why is that?
All right, let's elevate the discussion here to something.
Let's talk about the curious incident of the dog.
That's
in,
pretentious.
No,
Benjamin
it's
Button.
wonderful.
Talk about expectations. That's coming.
No,
All right, well, tell us what it is, Susan.
it is an Olivier-winning play from England. It is a magnificent production of a very moving story. They were very smart. They showed the critics a video of the London version, and I just found it stunning, and I think it's going to do very well. It's very moving.
Is there a
wonderful
market,
play.
Michael, for plays about autism? Which is what it is.
Yeah,
about, right?
there is.
If it's a musical.
It's about a child of divorce grappling with that, and there is a big market
Wait,
for
is
that.
it divorce?
This
Because in
isn't-
the book, the mother's dead.
It's much
No,
better than the
the
musical
mother
about
leaves.
Tourette's
No, the
syndrome.
mother isn't dead. The mother leaves him.
You saw it,
wonderful.
Michael, didn't you, in London?
He can't remember.
No, you
honest
didn't.
with you, it was-
No, that's the one to look for.
I
That's the
think
winner.
this is considered an event because of the stagecraft. I haven't seen it yet, but everyone's buzzing about the stagecraft and
beautifully
the
staged.
spectacle, much like Warhorse.
Yeah.
This
Who
is-
was directed by the same
Yes, that's
person,
right.
Right.
Marianne Elliott.
Marianne Elliott, yeah.
But that's certainly
Wrong. Listen, it's fabulous.
What have you got against it? I'm curious. I mean, what?
No, I have nothing against it. I mean, I remember seeing it in London and thinking, I just
You
remember
wait,
thinking
you
it's
didn't
very-
see it in London?
No, I did, but it was at the National Theater. I thought it's very pretty.
Was
but
it twee?
It has its twee-ish quality.
Michael Riedel.
But
did
I mean, I'm sorry. What I want is a really good script and a play and the script is at the forefront.
It's a
and
wonderful
it's not all
script.
about stage. I love stagecraft. It's wonderful. But when the stagecraft is all you're talking about, there's something fundamentally hollow about the whole.
You didn't see
enterprise.
it. It has.
I did see it.
It has a wonderful script.
Well, there are other productions this fall, some
right,
of which
we
have
move on.
excellent scripts.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. For example, The River. Now, don't laugh. Hugh Jackman's coming back to New York.
Yes.
In a Jez Butterworth play, and I like Jez Butterworth. I like Jerusalem, which was a big hit a few seasons ago. Why is it, Jesse, that I somehow feel, it's only a play with Matthew and Nathan is cynical, but with The River, I feel Hugh Jackman is going to make a lot of money, but I don't feel he's doing it as a cynical exercise.
Again, I'm not an expert in abnormal psychology, Michael, so I really can't figure out why you might feel that way. I don't think any of it's more cynical than anything else. But you're probably responding to the fact that Jez Butterworth's last play was both a critical success and something you liked. And
Yes,
those
and
things
literary,
are
yeah.
so rarely to come together that but also, there's this feeling that we sometimes get when somebody like Hugh Jackman, who is not just a star, but is...
As an actor.
No, I was going to say, but is one of the biggest stars in the world.
Right.
Comes to our little restaurant and orders a hamburger. It's like, oh my God, he's here. Whatever you do has the highest motives imaginable. There's no venality in your personality. And he's lovely. Everybody does love him for good reason. But I think we give him a little more than he deserves for daring to put, star in a
He
play.
loves doing theater, and I think he wanted to sing and dance just as much as we want him to sing and dance. He was developing Houdini for years, and that didn't work out. He did a reading, I think, of On the 20th Century and realized Kristen Chenoweth had the better part. So he wisely backed out of that. But his dedication to doing theater is such that he didn't say, well, I'm not going to do nothing. I'll do a Jez Butterworth play, which is certainly something.
And he only has to do it for 15 weeks.
Right.
He does, the whole thing about stars coming, and there are going to be 4 or 5 this fall. There's Glenn Close, there's Jake Gyllenhaal, there's Ewan McGregor, and Bradley Cooper, and also Hugh Jackman. And premium tickets, those $377 tickets that you were talking about for It's Only a Play, has now allowed producers to recoup within 10 weeks or 12 weeks or 15 weeks.
This is the model.
And the star can walk away with $1.2 million. That's true. Hugh Jackman probably gets $10 to $20 to $15 million for his Wolverine. But he still walks away with $1.2 million. He gets to do a play that he's very intrigued by, which is part Pinter and part Hitchcock.
Right.
About
And
this
it's
man.
only 80 minutes, by the way.
And it's only 80 minutes, and it's in a very intimate setting on top of it.
Yeah,
So it gets
circle
to
and
show
square.
other shades of his acting ability. So it's a win-win-win-win situation for everybody involved, I think.
But speaking of hunks, I am excited to see Bradley Cooper in The Elephant Man. Is that this fall?
Yes.
Yes.
It is?
Because Elephant Man is about a man who's hideously disfigured, but it's really an excuse to see a hot hunk take his clothes off.
Plus Alessandro Nivola, who's quite good-looking himself.
Is he
But not naked.
Not naked.
Do you think The Elephant Man really still holds up? I mean, that was
I
part
saw
of that.
this production at Williamstown summer ago.
And?
Well, I can't
like, this
judge it.
But I mean, it's like this, right? I take my clothes off and I crook my arm up and I'm the Elephant Man.
That's Patricia Clarkson.
It's not the greatest play in the world. It's wonderful opportunities for actors. And that's worth seeing, too. And when I saw it with the same 3 leading actors, they were great.
But why is it
expect
always
they'll
a
be great
hot
again.
hunk?
Yeah, why don't you play the part?
Because
You have to crook your arm.
because who
Michael Musto,
Who can
Bradley
they
Cooper.
raise-
I don't know why they went with him.
could they raise money around?
Well, that's it
Yeah.
exactly. That's it exactly. Let's push on to a couple of musicals. For the life of me, I don't understand why this is coming back. I saw it, and I know you saw it too, Michael, because you had the best line ever about it. Sideshow about the Siamese Twins.
Well, the big
Hilton
song,
sisters.
not Paris and Nikki, the original Hilton.
Yes.
Their big song is "I Will Never Leave You," and my line was "Duh." But I honestly hear that they rewrote it so that there actually is talk of getting separation surgery. So "I Will Never Leave You" becomes a matter of concern. Like, in other words, there is a decision to make whether they'll stick together, as it were.
But that wasn't separation surgery back in the 30s when it's said, right?
They have done that to the show.
They have.
Really?
I saw it in
Talk
San
about
Diego,
cutting.
and I thought there was just a fantasy sequence at the very
Well, but they've-
end
they've-
in which they separate.
Hashtag separation surgery. Let us know when it was invented.
Yeah,
You saw it in, where'd you see
in
it?
San Diego.
Yeah.
And he's done a brilliant job. Bill Condon, who directs it and rewrote the book book of it, did a brilliant job of rewriting the book and directing it. And David Rockwell did the sets, and it's great to look at, and it's well acted. I think there's just a fundamental problem that they have in terms of identifying with these conjoined twins.
It's said to have a score by Henry Krieger and Bill Russell that's considered one of the great lost scores on Broadway. Do you remember this score? Do you like this score?
The first time I saw it, I remember actually being disappointed that they took an earnest point of view on this topic. I wanted something a little more lurid, campy, lurid, and
Or like Freaks.
Oh, that's interesting.
But you have to admire them. But, you know, Henry Krieger also wrote Dreamgirls, and I hear they're going to add I'm Telling You I'm Not Going for one of the girls.
As the doctor comes at them with the knife.
All right, moving along to another.
With the laser beam.
Moving along to another musical, I think, Patrick, is a really sort of an old-fashioned, happy, feel-good, tap-dancing thing. Sting's The Last.
Ooh, that was a switcheroo, wasn't it?
Tell us about The Last Ship.
I haven't seen it, but they did a concert reading of it at the Public Theater, which was later telecast on PBS. And it's about Sting growing up in the north of England in a shipbuilding port, and it's about a young man who's a stand-in for Sting, who returns to deal with some unfinished business with his family and with a girl that he left behind. And I think it has the potential to be Once, and I think that's where it fits into the marketplace. I love the score. I think it's terrific. You can download it on iTunes. But there's some Brechtian elements to it. There's some traditional, you know, sea-going shanty elements to it.
Oh, I love sea-going shanty elements.
But he's working really hard on it.
Michael, is Patrick selling you on this idea?
No, this sounds to me like the straightest show ever written. It's Billy Elliot, but straight. I like the idea of 3 sailors with their shirts off and on the town. Call me crazy.
It is very straight, but before we jump to the 3 sailors with their shirts off, I will say I saw The Last Ship in Chicago, and I thought it was quite good, and there are a few things that needed to be fixed, and they're fixing them, and I would be very optimistic. I went into it, you know, expecting nothing, and I was very.
And watching it, you just feel like you're helping the rainforest for some
No, it's a surprise. It's a good score.
It's earnest.
It's not, but
I'll
it
give it a
doesn't.
chance.
It's not overly earnest.
Did you find that the main problem was with the lead character?
No,
That he had
that-
to be fleshed out?
I did not find that was the problem. And
What
I
was the
thought-
problem?
What was the problem?
And I thought that
What was the problem?
What was the problem, Susan?
Answer the question, Susan. You saw it. I
I
put
want to
Patrick
say
on the spot.
that
What was the problem?
the lead guy is great.
He's terrific.
Yeah, he.
Give us an
Michael
example.
Esper.
Michael Esper, quite.
What was
good,
the problem?
Quite good.
What if you were to take over the direction? What would you do differently?
I have to think. You required me to remember. You required me to remember.
Listen,
3 months ago, Michael, and that's virtually impossible.
Darling, what was the problem? Please, you can tell us.
Does it fit into the Once thing?
Yes, because the choreography is done by
Because they
Hoggett.
dance without moving their arms?
No, and Stephen Hoggett. And I did feel in one number that there was a little too much Once stomping in it because we'd already seen that. But he's a wonderful
But it's a bigger
choreographer.
story than Once. It's not just a romance.
Oh, I liked it
There's a
better.
whole other
Yeah.
issue that we're not really talking about that happens.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Like
What?
on the waterfront?
Yes.
I mean, there's a strike
Well,
going
it's
on.
about the social conditions
Yes.
and
Oh,
God.
of the workers and something they do. I liked it at the Public, and something they
They
do.
sabotage the ship, don't they?
I'm not going to say what it is.
That's right.
I figured it out.
Oh, now he wants to see.
Oh, great. So they sabotage the ship. A lot of people die and drown in the ship.
That's
and we're
right. The
supposed to say,
drowning
they're
scene
heroes for the working class.
Fabulous drowning scene. That's it, right? They all
Leonardo
drown.
DiCaprio
mentioned
comes
it.
out.
Yeah, there you are. There. All right. The only play I must say that I really am looking forward to, because I think it's a masterpiece, somewhat of a. I mean, we know it as a masterpiece, but a lot of people really don't know this play, and I think they should, is A Delicate Balance, which to me is as good as Edward Albee's Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, maybe a little less flashy. And it has a great cast with Glenn Close and Lindsay Duncan,
John
Lithgow, Bob
Bob Balaban.
Balaban. I mean, am I right in saying that this play is a play that people should pay some attention to, Jesse?
It's a great Albee play, and it's a great play. And it was recognized as such from the beginning. I believe it won the Pulitzer Prize, and it has been revived successfully previously with Elaine Stritch, among others.
Yeah.
The late beloved Elaine Stritch, and this looks like a home run. The director is Pam McKinnon, who's an expert on Albee, and it is one of my favorite Albee plays.
And we know Edward Albee is still alive. I believe he's 90.
No, he's 86, 7.
86, yeah.
It's great that he stuck around because he was in the wilderness for a long time for 40 years. We were talking about Tennessee Williams, obviously, earlier.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, and even Pete Gurney, who now has a couple
Love
of hits
Letters
on Broadway.
and
I mean, Love Letters, and also off-Broadway, an obscure play of his was revived, The Wayside Inn.
The Wayside Motor Inn.
Wayside Inn. These playwrights, and Chris Durang, and there's a whole list of them, have gone through really lean periods, times when they were dismissed by the critics, and Albee was cruelly dismissed by the critics for a long time. It's just great that he's still alive to see that he's come around and become this eminence grise of the theater.
Well, and
Michael,
it's
is-
great he could get better. And
But
come
Michael,
back.
as the senior member of the panel, were you?
Thanks, Michael.
Do you remember though?
Now that Joan Rivers is gone.
Do you remember when Edward Albee was really given the back of the hand by the critics? I think there was a play called The Man Who Had Three Arms, which Frank Rich basically said Edward Albee is no longer a writer, and banished him for a long, long time.
He went through what every playwright, every American playwright from Tennessee Williams to Arthur Miller and so on, Tony Kushner goes through. There are times when you're not cool, when you can't get arrested.
Yeah, but he also
and
was
then you went
going
to
through
also for the
alcoholism.
goat.
Well, they all were going through alcoholism.
Well, no, I don't know if that's Tony Kushner.
Whoa, that's a big thing, Susan. Playwrights who drink, who knew?
But in Lahr's book about Tennessee Williams, if you
John Lahr's book, yeah, very
John
good.
Lahr's book, which is wonderful, he recalls a criticism of Williams, the likes of which you couldn't imagine any critic using
Yes.
today, which was basically he should get a one-way ticket to 3 Mile Island.
Wow.
I just want to say about Delicate Balance, I initially would have said don't bother because the last revival with Elaine Stritch and George Grizzard was so brilliant.
Brilliant, absolutely.
However, this is a great cast. Pam McKinnon usually can do no wrong, so I'm looking forward.
All right, before we go, what are you looking forward to, Patrick, we haven't mentioned on this show?
In the fall, Ayad Akhtar's, to seeing it again, Ayad Akhtar's play Disgraced, which was off-Broadway and won the Pulitzer, actually.
And what's it about?
But I think it's a terrific play about a lawyer who is brought in, of Pakistani descent, who is brought in through his family to sort of help indirectly somebody who was brought up on charges of terrorism and finds himself caught up in this web of intrigue in which he is trashed.
So he's trying to de-radicalize
Right.
terrorist.
Well, and he's also just trying to get ahead in his law firm, and this proves to be a huge stumbling block because of his Pakistani background.
Disgrace, coming to Broadway. All right, Jesse, something you're looking forward to?
Well, we already opened and reviewed that I liked very much was This Is Our Youth, and it continues
Yeah.
into the fall. It's the kind of play that need not have been done well in order to get by, but it was done well, and we always need that.
And it's a play about slackers.
It's a play about
No, it's about maladjusted, privileged, rich kids who are drug addicts.
that is to say slackers, but they're slackers in the late '80s, so it's different.
Right. And who's in it?
Michael Cera, Kieran Culkin, and Tavi Gevinson.
Right. And Michael, one that we have not discussed that you...
I guess off-Broadway, Billy Porter, who won the Tony for Kinky Boots, has written a play about his life as a young, gay, homosexual black person called While I Yet Live.
Well, I get what?
While I Yet
Yet Live.
Live. And also, Belle of Amherst was a play I saw when I was in college, and I thought it was super boring. It was like Emily Dickinson sharing her grounding recipes. Julie Harris won the Tony, was the toast of the town. I want to give it another chance, and Jolie Richardson is playing the repressed lesbian poet. So,
Can't wait
Can't
for
miss.
Can't wait
break a
for that.
leg, Jolie.
See, you see repressed homosexuals and I see drug addicts. What does it mean? All right.
That's why you're in the theater. All right. Before we go, guys, we got quite a bit of viewer email over the summer.
Time to go. Time to go.
And I just and you guys are extremely popular.
No,
In fact,
you-
on our poll, on our viewer poll, you
Survey.
guys always rank number one
Number
favorite
one.
show. And here's a comment that somebody said.
From all-time
Honestly,
viewers?
honestly, the shows with the groups of pundits are a great idea, but it just ends up in chaos. Everyone talks over each other, and it just ends up annoying me. I usually turn those 3 guys off. You either need a new structure or you should all just go away.
All
right, let's go.
But then I'll read my favorite. Get rid of that male host. He's a total kiss ass. Someone says something lame and he bursts into laughter as if it was the funniest thing ever. What a moron. As for that female host, she isn't that great either. She keeps reminding us that she's the producer. Who gives a crap? If you eliminate those 2 hosts, the show would be much better.
So if we get rid of the hosts and the panel,
Theater Talk goes straight.
It'll run forever.
Show. All right.
And Susan, that was from your mother.
All right.
I
Join
know.
us next week when we'll have only empty chairs on
And the
Theater Talk. It'll be a
flowers.
far better show. All right. Jesse Green from New York Magazine. Michael Musto.
No, they
from-
like the furniture, right?
Michael Musto from Out.com and Patrick Pacheco from New York What on Stage. Thanks for being our guests, guys. And apparently we will not be seeing you again.
Jeremy, would you like to do the honors?
Yes.
The score was 344 to 15.
15. Where's the 15? All right.
Ready?
This is it. This is the shot.
I'm giving $50,000 tonight, Gail.
Our thanks to the Friends of Theater Talk for their significant contribution to this production. Theater Talk is made possible in part by the Frederick Lowe Foundation, the Corey and Bob Donnelly Charitable Fund, the Noel Coward Foundation, Carrie J. Fries, the Dorothy Strelson Foundation, plus public funds from the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the New York State Council on the Arts, a state agency, and the Theater Development Fund's Technical Accessibility Program, which helps provide closed captioning.
We welcome your questions or comments for Theater Talk. Thank you and good night.